we should be live, and I haven't really done an unboxing video before. And it was a little bit too much to try to set everything up to record, so I just decided to go live with it. And I put a link at the top of the chat for Forgotten Angels if you want to check them out. It's a great charity organization. And they have their camp out coming up at the end of October. Hopefully I'll be going there. And also my Cash App link out there if anyone wants to donate. I also have a Patreon that's listed on my channel and everything else. But I received a package in the mail from one of you out there by the name of Sterling Wheel. It is an awesome package. So one of the things that I've been needing for playing music, that sort of thing, it's like some sort of interface or what have you, to go from, the amp or the guitar, what have you, to the computer, because the computer will mess everything up. It's good for voice, for talking, that sort of thing, for doing like what we're doing right now. But when you start playing music, it tends to distort the sound and not in a good way. And it just doesn't kind of know what to do with it, when you've got stuff set up for like audio, for live streaming, that sort of thing. So you need something to go between them. And I'll show you what all was sent here. Number one, first thing I grabbed. Not that it's a number one, but it's the first thing that I grabbed. There is a microphone stand. I'll probably need to get some more as far as microphone stands go. But there's a stand right there for a microphone. There are, let me see. Yes, I did open it obviously before. 2 microphones. One of them is a 58, which is awesome. That's good for like the audio, for talking, that sort of thing. And usually you'd have like a 57 for the cabinet, for miking it, that sort of thing. But see, that's right there. This might work for that, for miking the cabinets. The 57s usually have the flat on the end, and you mic it the distance from the cabinet. And one of the problems I have, even if I plug everything in, electric is one thing. The other thing is I play a lot of acoustic, so I need to have a microphone for me. And I need a microphone for the acoustic to pick it up. And those are 2 different microphones. So I at least need 2 microphones. This one should work. I'll try it out and we'll see how that goes. It actually kind of feels like a 57 under there. So that might be perfect. We will find out. There's a whole bunch of cables and stuff that I need for plugging everything in. And there's also this right here. You turn it right, because everything goes the wrong way. It's a PV 6BT for Bluetooth, which means it'll also Bluetooth to my phone. And it's got a bunch of different channels on it, line in, line out, and gain and everything. You can use this right here. There's a lot of people who do this as well, because the modern generation of people came up with a lot more technology than we did. Where we're learning with an acoustic and we're learning with an amp. Like I've got my Marshall over here, and I've always used Marshall. It's different sound, what have you, but this one has valve and it has tube. That's one of the things I love about it. This is a PD, and you can get different sounds out of it. It's got a channel here with the guitar over the top of it. Let me put that back out here. See? I'm thinking that would probably be the best one to plug the guitar into. But if you notice, it has, see if you can clear that up, any gain and everything else in there, EQ, all that stuff, reverb, all kinds of things in there that I can play with and I can learn how to use so that I can actually play without distorting everything. And so a lot of people are using anyways, different programs and stuff that go with different, mostly interfaces. This isn't an interface, but a lot of people use this just, instead of having an amp, they just use something like this, and they've got all their settings right there. If they're using an effects pedal, they plug it into it. But being that this is a PD, I was wondering, kind of the whole brown sound kind of thing, if you follow me, because Eddie Van Halen, that was his famous, like his tone, his, everybody wanted that brown sound. And I'm wondering if you can kind of get that from here, but it's a different tonal thing. And so I'll have Marshall there, PV here. I can run that through here or vice versa. And I've got the cables to do it. And it is awesome. So Sterling, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Funds are extremely tight. I've got to pay like last month's bills. Anybody else ever do that? You got to adjust something because you're looking. I've got a picture of me talking in front of me. And you got to move it, but it's backwards, so you move it the wrong way. Whatever you're doing. But anyways, I've got to play with this. I'll probably play with it some this weekend. See what I can do as far as sound and what have you. Because I don't know where and how I want to set everything up yet with this. It's probably going to sit somewhere like where it is right now for the settings, but I have to figure out where to run the cables and all of that. And then we can play music. And I might even have to stand up to play, like to get everything mic'd correctly. Like I have the one mic down lower, one mic up higher, that sort of thing. But it's something I'm going to have to figure out. And I've got all the cables, the jacks, the everything, and that's cool. Thank you for leaving this in there for headphones. I do have some headphones that have this. They're Marshall, they're over there, for plugging into the amp from a long time ago, over 20 years ago when I lived in an apartment, so I could play without annoying everybody else. And it just reminds me of Radio Shack. I miss Radio Shack. You could go in, you get the things you need. One of the things that I did was, a lot of y'all are pretty close to my age, where we had the CDs and all that stuff. We had tapes, and our early childhood was still, there were records, and I had like the little golden books on records, and you had that record player, that came, for playing all that. And they were little tiny records. And, when we started listening to music, Mom still had an 8-track in the car, and tapes were out, and CDs eventually came out, but rich kids had those, and I think they got kicked down the hallway, for the most part. But when CDs got really popular and everybody had them, there were these adapters to go from your CD player, because we had like the anti-skip CD players and stuff, because you're trying to put that in your car. And nobody had money for, buying a CD player for the car separately and all that, and that would come soon enough. But I took one of those tapes, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a tape to plug into your tape deck. and it plugged in to your CD player, so you can play your CDs on your tape deck. And then I use an adapter like this to plug in to a pedal, whether it was a compressor sustainer or metal sound pedal, what have you. It plugged in to the pedal, and then I would plug it into my guitar. And I would sit out on a job site or what have you. Like one of my bosses would have me do security over holidays because people would mess up your equipment. And I'd sit out there playing guitar using the sound system in my pickup. I think at the time I had an 87 Ford jacked up, Thornbirds all the way around it. And it was fun. I used to drive in the bayous when I was working in the bayous at the time. Sole adapter. Had to go to Radio Shack to get stuff like this. And I got it all set up. That's what it was reminding me of. I looked at it and it reminded me of plugging that little thing in from the tape deck, putting it into an effects pedal, and then, what was that name? Like, POD, whatever. One of them in the 90s had multiple effects. I found I could do a whole bunch more with those. I've never been a real big pedal freak, but it had settings and stuff in there that were cool. And I could plug that in there and I could play whatever I wanted through the sound system on my pickup. Just little things like this. Bring my Radio Shack back, please. I don't want it to be a phone store. I want the nerd in the back. They can help you build a CB or like a base station radio or a TV, Our shop classes are different too, because you learn how to build a tube tester and stuff like that, and they don't even know what that is now. And hello, Buck, how are you doing? This is an unboxing video. It's a very happy unboxing video. Because this thing is awesome, and I think you helped pack it. Right here. See if I can turn it right, because everything's opposite world. On the camera, it's opposite. There we go. Yep. So, I'm going to see how all this works. I'm going to watch some videos. There's a few, but it Bluetooth, so it'll go to my phone. So I can do that way too. So that'd be awesome. I think if you had a power pack or a way to charge it, you could use all kinds of. There's a new version of this. I don't know if PV puts it out. Ooh, thunder. We've got the Lord on percussion again. Can y'all hear that? But anyways, yeah, you might have seen that equipment before, yeah. This will be a great help. There's a new one that has its own power. I was looking at, it's like $300. It's Guitar Center. Because I was explaining to them what I was wanting to do with it. I want something that's portable. This is portable. And you can get a power pack, portable, what have you. I could make that work because of, going places, playing music, that sort of thing. And being able to mic, for acoustic or electric and vocals. So I know there's cheap interfaces that have like, 2 outlets and stuff like that on them. They're like $200, what have you. But I need, because I play acoustic, I need more than just those little simple option things. If I was a 16-year-old kid with an electric guitar just playing into the computer, for whatever, then those would probably work just fine. My son, he's 23 now. They grow up too quick. But he's got one that works great. He uses it for other stuff, like sound things for his YouTube. And he doesn't use YouTube. He uses other things. Apparently YouTube's for old people. I don't know. But he uses it for several things. It works fine for him. But I need to be able to mic vocals, and I need to be able to mic a guitar, and also be able to mic like another guitar. like an electric and an acoustic and what have you, and be able to go back and forth and do the things that I need to do. So, long story short, I need basically a minimum of like 4 inputs. You know, 3 to 4. 3 should be able to cover all of it, but then I can plug everything in where I can just grab it and it's already set. It's already set up, and it's got its own channel and everything, and it's all there. So, because I'm going back and forth from tunings, from all kinds of things, and it should really help me out a lot. I've probably rambled on for far too long, but this is an awesome gift. Thank you so much, Sterling. And thank you, Buck Brown, as well, for making sure it got mailed to me. You're all awesome. It's perfect. It's exactly what I needed. You know, basically, this does everything that the new thing I was looking at does, except the power pack, which you can buy a power pack to go with it. But it does everything that I need, you know? Quite literally, it does all of it. So Sterling, dude, you are awesome. Thank you so much. And Motobomb, what's up? Hey, Rob's neighbor, how you doing? And of course, for anyone listening now or later, up at the very top of the chat, I have a link once again for Forgotten Angels. The camp out is coming up on, at the end of October. And it's a wonderful organization, helps children that have aged out of foster care. So, you know, your 18th birthday, you're stuck in our foster care system, and there are good foster parents out there, but there are also a lot of bad ones, and they basically use the kids for a paycheck. So they're no longer getting paid once they turn 18, and they get a bag full of clothes, whatever they have, you know, like maybe a pair of clothes to maybe, if that, and they're walking the streets at like 2 a.m. on their 18th birthday. And they help them, you know, get skills, you know, whatever they need, you know, to actually enter the world. Because, I mean, they don't have their GED, their high school education, their ability to drive. Some of them can't even tie their own shoes, quite literally. I know that sounds weird, but they pay that little attention to them. I do have a sister that was lost to foster care that I would love to find. Her name was Jolene, and hopefully one day I'll find her. I don't know. But they help foster kids out that have aged out of foster care. You can look up their organization. You can find out a lot more about them. I know a lot of channels have a good spiel they put out, but I'm not used to putting out a spiel. So check them out. If you want to donate, my Cash App's linked up there. It's also on my channel. Both of those are on my channel if the chat doesn't show up later and you're watching this. Just go to my page, click on it. All my links and everything are there. And you can find all of them. But once again, Sterling, thank you so much. This is awesome. And I'm hoping, like I said, that I can kind of get, I mean, there's a lot of sounds you can get out of it, but all my stuff's Marshall. This is PV, and the first thing I thought of when PV is, because I got all my amp settings and everything, because I can use this just like an amp when I plug it in, is I want to see if I can get that brown sound out of it. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, this is PV. I gotta be able to do that. I don't know. We'll find out. So, this is just a short unboxing video. I'm not used to doing unboxing videos. I don't get that much stuff from people. Very rarely, unless I win something. You know, hopefully I'll get my box in town figured out. I owe them money. I owe them a lot of money. So, probably not getting much in the future. But thank you so much. I want to let y'all go. I've got things I need to do. I have a rare day off here. And once again, Sterling, thank you so much. You're awesome. And so are the rest of you out there in the chat. I see you there, Motobomb. I don't know if I said hi. I think I said hi to everybody else. But thank you so much. I have equipment now. Y'all are awesome. Bye-bye. If I can find my mouse, I can find the thing. Deuces.